So good day, everybody, and welcome to Sip with Rev Melissa. I am Rev Melissa, and SIP is an acronym for Spirit in Practice, where we get to practice, Pamela. Isn't it good to practice? Because the practice, the perfection is in the practice. The perfection is in the practice, Margareta. So we are in Monday. Happy Monday, everybody. And so typically what happens on Mondays, I start a new series. So I was in contemplation this morning, Diana. I was like, what shall the new series be? And I'm still in the flow of last week's SIP, the Unwant series. So I think what it is evolving into is what is the theme for us, meaning CSL. And I'm playing around with it. As you can see, it still hasn't really cemented for me yet, but I'm playing around with it and we'll just see what comes through. You'll know how I do. We'll see what comes through, what downloads come through, and we'll go from there. So for right now, the series is The Journey of Becoming, which is the theme for December for Centers for Spiritual Living. And I really, really resonate with this theme, the journey of becoming, for many reasons. And I want to unpack it a little bit with unwant again, just for a little bit. Because if you recall, last week we talked about how powerful it is to unwant, right? And unwant, the definition that I gave it, because it's not a word, it's a word I made up. And I wonder, sidebar, I wonder, can you submit words? Like, can you submit words to like the dictionary and Google to become a word? Right? Because there is want and there's unwanted, but there's no unwant. Somebody figure that out for me. Let me know. Because I think this should be a legitimate word. So unwant, the definition: release your state of consciousness from the frequency of wanting. And what is want? The origins of the word want is to lack. That is the origins. That is the vibration. That is the energy of want, to lack. Did y'all know that? To lack. We don't think about when we want something that what we're really activating is the vibration of lack. And so I spoke about this yesterday in my sermon, and the sermon was called "Surrender is Action," and I spoke somewhat about unwant and the vibration, the frequency that we experience by wanting, by believing that we are lacking something, right? And so I'm going to give you a sip of my sermon yesterday. And if you wanted the full-blown sermon, you can go and check that out on Rockland CSL's Facebook page. I'm just going to give you a sliver. And the sliver that I want to give you is the story, right? So if you were with me yesterday in service, you are familiar with this story that I shared from the Book of Awakenings by Mark Nepo. And it's called Let Go of the Rice. Let Go of the Rice. Oh, you know who's right here? Right here is Davy. Davy is right here. Davy is right here. All right. All right, here we go. This is Davy, y'all. There's Davy. Say hi to the people. He wants some love right now. He's usually asleep. I don't know why he's awake, but he wants some love. All right. I let go of Davy so we can let go of the rice. So this is an ancient story from China. and it stems from the way traps were set for monkeys. A coconut was hollowed out through an opening that was cut to the size of the monkey's open hand. Rice was then placed in the carved out fruit, which was left in the path of the monkeys. Sooner or later, a hungry monkey would smell the rice and reach its hand in, right? Reach its hand into the carved out coconut. But once fisted, once fisting the rice, its hand could no longer fit back out through the opening. The monkeys that were caught were those who would not let go of the rice. The monkeys that were caught were those who would not let go of the rice, right? So that means that there were some monkeys that did let go and they weren't caught, right? But those that would not let go of the rice got caught. As long as the monkey maintained its grip on the rice, it was a prisoner of its own making. The trap worked because the monkey's hunger was the master of its reach. The lesson for us is profound. We need to always ask ourselves, what is our rice? What is keeping us from opening our grip and letting go? What is your rice? I've been taking that question into contemplation for myself. What is my rice, right? If I'm on the journey, and we all are on the journey of becoming more and more and more of who we are, what is my rice? What is it that I am unwilling to let go of? So I'm working with this question for myself, and I invite you to be with that question for yourself. If you are feeling stuck, stagnant, if you're feeling like you are experiencing the same things, the same conditions over and over and over again, what are you holding on to? Because we cannot move forward the way that we are designed to move forward if we won't let go, if we won't open up, if we want to hold on to that rice. So what is your rice? What is your rice? And we know that letting go is an aspect of surrendering, right? And we may not think about surrender in this sense, but surrender is an activity. It is an action. It is something that you get to do. It is not something that happens to you, right? It is something that you get to do, to surrender, to let go. What are you letting go to? You're letting go to that which is seeking to come through us, to come through you. That's what you're letting go to. I call it God. You may call it something else, right? And we often say, let go and let God. When you open up, that is what you are surrendering to, right? So do you want to hold on to that rice, whatever that might be, whatever that wanting is? Those monkeys wanted the rice because they believed that this was the only rice there was. And if they let go, they weren't going to have any other rice, right? And so whatever our wanting is, there is a limiting belief that that is all that is, right? That is all that is. And if we don't have this thing, then there's nothing else, right? That is lack and limitation. That is wanting. Wanting means to lack. Every time I hear myself say that word now, want, I kind of like stop in my mind and say, okay, what am I really saying here? Right? What am I really saying here? And then I check in and I say, okay, I'm not in the vibration of lack. I'm very clear. I get myself clear, right? Because the journey of belonging, that's a good one too. I'm gonna have to write that one down. The journey of becoming is a journey that allows you to accept exactly who you are. And yesterday I talked about who we are. And in essence, we are an individualized expression of the divine. That is who we are. And so, like I said last week, do you want, are you having the experience of wanting, or are you having the experience of who you are? And we have all declared and affirmed who we are for all of 2021. And we're quickly approaching 2022. Are you having the experience of the quality that you are affirming for yourself every day as an aspect of your journey of becoming? Or are you holding on to rice? Are you holding on to rice? Just check in with yourself. Just check in with yourself. Because in order to become the journey, in the journey of becoming, you have to let go. You have to let go of anything that is representing lack and limitation in your life. That which has once served you may be complete. Declare it complete so you can move forward. And that could represent itself in many forms, relationships, all types of relationships that we may have with people, places, and things that we may need to release and let go of so that we can continue to unfold in our becoming. So that's where we're going this week. The journey of becoming the journey of belonging. It's somewhere in there, y'all. It's somewhere in there. It's getting clear. It's getting clear. All right. But what you need to know today, the question that I'm inviting you to take into contemplation is, what is your rice? Are you willing to let go of the rice? Are you willing? All right. All right.
And yeah, and now we're figuring out the next thing. I'm still running, by the way. I haven't run today, but I'm still running. So I don't know what the next thing is, but it's been quite a journey full of all kinds of lessons. If you haven't seen my run reports, easiest thing to do is go over to TikTok and look at all of them together, because that's basically the only thing I posted on TikTok. So you can watch all the run reports back to back to back, and you'll find some very interesting lessons in there.
Oh, that is so dope. That is so dope. And it's such a demonstration of letting go. Of
Letting
letting
go.
go. Yeah. Because remember, this started in June, right? If y'all don't know this started in June for Seku's birthday. It was just supposed to be 30 days, right?
Yep.
And he met that goal.
30.
Yes. Yes, there you go. He met that goal. And then it evolved into
Yeah. It
the
evolved.
next thing.
It evolved.
Now, it just kept, because you kept letting go. So that the next thing, the next becoming of it could unfold. Oh.
I'm glad you said that, because I was really going to ask for an example of the rice in 3 seconds. I was about to be like, so about this rice, we need an example. And so there's one. There's one.
Yes.
There's one. Like letting go of my ideas about what it was going to be and being open to what was evolving, because being open and allowing the pivot and the next
Yes.
pivot and the next pivot to become what it has become now.
Yes. Letting go of Seku's idea, because our ideas are the rice. Our limiting ideas is the rice. That is the rice. So we can let go, because our ideas are made up of what? The past, what we've already experienced, what we see, right? But if we could let go of that and and catch God's idea, which is what you did, right? In the evolution, God's ideas are evolutionary. It will move you forward. It will have you running 186 days when your original intention was just to run 30 days, right? So
Yeah.
the biggest rice that we need to let go of is our own limiting thinking and catch God's idea.
Yeah.
Catch God's idea. And that is quite the journey. Quite the journey. Ah,
That's so funny because I was seriously sitting here about to ask you, what's the rice though? Let's get an example of the rice. That's so funny. Yeah, okay. I think that's a very clear example for me, and I hope for everyone else that's watching. Yeah, I just God's idea was way bigger than my idea. And as I
yes.
think about it right now, because you said it was 30 days, but 30 miles. The original mile goal was 30 and ended up being 522. Like, yeah,
Come
that's a
on.
much bigger idea.
Yes. And look at the becoming of it. Look at the, oh my God, Sekou. Look at the becoming of it. I really hope you are celebrating what you have said yes to in doing this charity run. It's huge.
I appreciate the reframe. I appreciate the reframe of what you've said, and some folks, some things some other folks have said. Because sometimes you just get caught like you start doing something daily and it just becomes just what you do, right? And so many times I just been like, this is just what I'm doing. This is just me now, and sometimes I forget the overall significance of it. And so I appreciate that this reframing as rice and acceptance and catching God's idea. And now let's catch
Yes.
God's next idea, because people keep asking me what's next. Well, let's catch God's idea for what's next.
That's right.
Let's
That's
skip
right.
over rice this time.
That's right. That's right. All right. All right, y'all. Thank you so much, Sekou. I'm excited to see what God has in store for you next. And so I'm excited to know what God has in store with everyone in the congregation of joy. So if you want to share what's up for you, you can send me a DM. I would love to know. I would love to know. All right, everybody. So join me tomorrow for more Sip with Rev Melissa, 10:30 a.m. You can catch Sekou, the Be Your Own Hero show at 9:45 Eastern Time. Peace and blessings, everybody. Peace and justice. We're living life in joy, connected to our yes.